What would you do if the person you loved most in the world suddenly disappeared? Would you search endlessly for a miracle? Would you refuse to believe it? Or would you somehow find the strength to let go? More than 2,500 years ago, a grieving mother asked the Buddha to perform the impossible. Instead of giving her a miracle, he gave her a journey, one that has helped millions understand grief ever since. This is the story of Kisa Gotami and the mustard seed. Ancient India was a land where people sought answers to life's deepest questions: birth, suffering, love, loss, death. Among the many stories preserved in the Buddhist tradition, few are as moving as the story of Kisa Gotami. It has been told for more than 2,000 years because it speaks to something every human being will eventually face: the pain of losing someone we love. Kisa Gotami was a young mother whose world revolved around her only child. One day, tragedy struck. Her little boy fell ill and died. Unable to accept what had happened, she carried his body from house to house, begging anyone she met to bring him back to life. Most people looked at her with pity. Some turned away in silence. Others whispered that grief had clouded her mind. Finally, someone suggested she seek the Buddha. Surely, if anyone possessed extraordinary wisdom, it would be him. With tears in her eyes, she placed her child before him and pleaded, "Please, save my son." The Buddha listened with compassion. Then he said, "I can help you." Her face filled with hope. "But first," he continued, "bring me a handful of mustard seeds." She smiled. Mustard seeds were found in every home. "This will be easy," she thought. The Buddha added one condition: the seeds must come from a household that has never experienced death. Confident, Kisa Gotami hurried to the nearest house. The family gladly offered mustard seeds, but when she asked if anyone had ever died there, they lowered their heads. "Yes, our grandfather." She visited another house, then another, and another. Every family had mustard seeds. None had escaped loss. As the sun began to set, Kisa Gotami sat quietly beside the road. For the first time, she looked beyond her own sorrow. She realized she was not alone. Every family carried grief. Every life included loss. She returned to the Buddha, without the mustard seeds, and without the desperate hope that had brought her there. Instead, she returned with understanding. The Buddha never intended to bring her child back. His lesson was something far more profound. Grief often isolates us. It convinces us that our pain is unique, that no one else could possibly understand. But suffering is one of the few experiences shared by every human being. When we recognize this truth, compassion begins to replace despair. The mustard seed was never the solution. It was the path. By sending Kisa Gotami from house to house, the Buddha gently transformed her perspective. She stopped asking, "Why me?" and began seeing, "This is part of being human." Acceptance is not forgetting. It is not giving up. It is learning to carry love forward without being consumed by loss. Modern psychology describes grief as a process rather than a problem to be solved. Healing often begins when we acknowledge our emotions instead of resisting them. Connection with others who have experienced loss also plays a powerful role in recovery. The Buddha's lesson anticipated these ideas centuries before modern psychology. He did not erase Kisa Gotami's pain. He helped her see it within the shared experience of humanity. When grief comes, allow yourself to feel it. Talk to others. Remember that you are not alone. Honor those you have lost by living in a way that reflects the love they gave you. Acceptance does not mean the pain disappears. It means the pain no longer prevents you from living. Kisagotami never found the mustard seeds she was looking for. Instead, she found something far more valuable: perspective, compassion, and the quiet understanding that every life is touched by both love and loss. Perhaps that is why this story has survived for more than 2,000 years, because sooner or later, it becomes everyone's story. Thank you for watching the Wisdom Archive. Until next time, keep seeking wisdom.